9 rounds of rapid beforehand, and also they're both coming from Bucharest, and it's off.
You're about to tell us they're tired. Endurance is important.
There's Fabi stumbling with his knight, bishop c4, chosen. Wesley.
I always think that that's very sportive when you do make those fumbles, and sometimes your pieces do slip out of your hand, that you're very carefully put the pieces on the proper square as you adjust everything before pressing the clock. Some players are not as sportive as we just witnessed. d7, d6, castles, a5, h6, castles, just so many flexible moves that both players can play. And again, we're seeing, there could have been a castles, and these Joko pianos became very.
But I like the fact that Wesley puts his money where his mouth is. He recommended the Joko piano in his course,
chess school course,
and he's still playing it to this very day.
Exactly. I agree. Now,
a4. Well, the big question is that pawn on a4 up for grabs? Could you go bishop b5 and try to win it, or do you have to actually take some care about your bishop? And well,
to answer your question, I tried to win it. And we did see bishop b5, bishop and knight e7. So there has been a trade of light square bishops. Now it's about this move d3, d4. After the move d4 and after the bishop drops back, knight to g3, I beg your pardon, can I use the slight space advantage that I have in the center to effect?
That's what Wesley's going to try. The knight has to move somewhere.
Exactly, knight to g3. Oops.
No, queen c2 played.
Very quickly to the surrendering of the center. e5 takes d4. Also interesting, recapturing with the knight. For me, that's a surprise. I would have recaptured for the pawn and probably got no advantage after a move like d5. But okay, we have it. Full-blooded fight between number 1 and number 2 in the tournament. d5.
d5.
Okay, inviting e5.
You want to be going e5. E takes d5 is too accommodating, but no, knight g3. Well, I guess there's still issues for Fabiano to answer. If you capture on e4, then I like the rook. I was thinking the queen. That's because I'm a brute.
Play knight f6.
And then the queen would move over to h4, and then I would get it trapped. Knight to g3, g6.
Oops.
Yeah.
Okay, knight to g3. Well, in a sense, don't you have to take this pawn because you did. is a runner suddenly. Let me just refresh my board.
And, well, you can also see that it's not just the board that is problematic for Fabiano. He's down to 19 seconds on the clock. Queen D3 check.
That looks very strong.
I mean, yeah, then you can throw in a check on D8. Just keep pushing.
And then A6 and away you go. Queen D3 check. I think you have to play, whether you like it or not. G6. Ugh. That weakens a lot of the dark squares.
Wesley now ticking down to under seconds.
Queen D3 check.
Queen C2 check. Queen setting up a pin.
Well, he wants to play A6. Queen
But hang on a
takes...
second. Is there perpetual chances? Wow, it's a race. C4. Throw in a check. Oi. Knight F1 check.
That was the one thing you didn't... Well, I think you're still winning with H4, but it's the one thing you didn't want to see is the knight coming towards your king
Wow.
to the tempo.
The queen and knight are a deadly duo. G4. And again, just to update you on some results, Šarić lost to Gukesh. Gukesh winning his first game of the day.
Okay, wait a minute. I think Fabi blundered with Queen E2, because now White's king is actually safe.
I don't
Queen
know, it's
F6?
not safe with
Yes.
the queen and knight
Queen
hopping around.
F6? What?
Queen H1.
What?
It was just panic from Wesley.
No, it's not. It's not a panic. He's got...
But
Oh!
Queen G. Oi.
Fabi is going to draw this game. It's unbelievable.
He's surviving this.
No, he's going to win the pawn on the... no!
No way!
He won!
Fabiano simply
This is ridiculous.
untouchable.
Is
He
it-
is a charmed man.
Totally. Let's
Wow.
jump to the game of Levant.